As a direct response copywriter, I've written hundreds of sales emails for my clients in the past, and they generated probably upwards of $300,000 in sales. And there are certain things that I've learned during my time around writing sales emails that really convert. And today I just wanted to give this quick tutorial or training or whatever you like to call it video to show you how you can really write good sales emails that actually convert. Even as a beginner, I will show you the steps that you need to take and everything that you need to consider. And then after that, I will also break down one email that I wrote for Ty Lopez before and that has performed really well. And let's cut through the bullshit and just get straight into the video. First thing you need to understand is that there are two types of sales emails. One is just a regular email. It could be a value email, it could be a testimonial email, it could be whatever storytelling, whatever email with a sales pitch at the end. So it's basically like an email that goes about a story, a personal story, and at the end it leads to an offer. And then the other email is just a simple promo email that you will see at like Black Friday or Christmas bundles, like basically all these sales where a company basically has like a lot of sales, and then they would send out this list with this email to their list with like 80% discount, 50% discount, and stuff like that. Now, writing promo emails is pretty simple. All you need to do is really just have a quick hook, have a good hooking subject line. And most of the time, in the promo email, the offer is actually doing the heavy lifting for you. So it's not that, hyper based on the copywriting itself. So if you have a really good offer, then obviously it's easier to sell. And that's why the promo email isn't really that focused on really good copywriting principles. And basically it's really easy to write. And as in all emails, you will have a subject line that makes people want to click. Most of the time with the promo email, you would have the offer in the subject line. So it could be something like save 90% on all of our programs, or be like save $2,000 on all of our programs, right? Depending on what the offer actually is. Then you would have like a just simple hook, something like, hey, just for a limited amount of time for Black Friday or for Christmas or for Thanksgiving or whatever, we have an offer for the next 3 days where you can save 90% of all of our programs. And then basically you would just explain what's in it for them. So be like, okay, in our programs you will learn, have a bullet points of the features and the benefits. For example, you will learn how to write good sales emails so that you can make your clients a lot of money and make more money through better clients as well. And then have what is called call to action, where you basically refer to the offer and you be like, so if you want to learn all of that, simply click here and you can save 90% of our programs that can teach you exactly that. That is kind of like an example for a promo email. And then let's look at the other type of sales emails. Except for promo emails, the range of sales emails is really big. As I said, you can basically make anything into a sales email if it is something that is congruent to an offer that you have. So a perfect example for that is if I have an offer, so my offer is the Upwork Domination Starter Kit, which shows beginner level copywriters how to get clients through Upwork, then I could have a storytelling email, right, which doesn't have anything to do with my offer, which basically tells a story of how I started copywriting and then how I got my first couple clients. What I could do is I could, at the end of the email, simply pitch to my program because the program is congruent to the story, right? But if I were to, write a story about how I scaled my SMMA to 100K a month, and then I would pitch to the Upwork Domination Starter Kit, which helps copywriters get their first couple clients, you already get what I'm trying to say. It's not congruent, so you can't really stick it to the email. So the biggest rule with those types of sales emails is definitely always make it congruent to the offer and put the offer at the end of the email. But what I mean with put the offer at the end is put the CTA, the direct CTA of the offer at the end, but you could already have like a passive CTA at the beginning, which you should even have, because a lot of times people will open an email and then they will be like, okay, I guess there is like something that I can buy here, and you want to catch them early so they don't need to like scroll through the email or whatever. So you can have a link within the first couple sentences. That's what we do at Ty Lopez Brands. We simply would have like a hyperlink within the first couple sentences so that people who just want to see the offer and not read through the whole spam email can click on that, and then they can see what's in it for them or what the offer is all about. Generally speaking, as I said, there are different types of sales emails that you can have, but I would just go ahead and give you the simplest structure that you can follow with almost every type of email that you can use within sales emails. We've already discussed a subject line that grabs the attention. Then we already discussed a hook, and there are different types of hooks. So for example, you could start the email with something that is called "What's in it for me?" So basically tell them, hey, in today's email, I want to show you the #1 tip on Upwork that got me client XYZ, right? That would be one type of hook. And then another type of hook could, for example, be a challenging belief, right? So if you know that your target audience has a belief, a specific belief that, for example, IG DMs will get them clients, then you can challenge that belief by saying, hey, Kevin, if you're still reaching out to potential clients on IG, then you're actually doing it completely wrong. And in today's email, I will show you the #1 outreach method that will get you high ticket clients much faster than through IG DMs. That was an example for a challenging belief. And there are so many more hooks. I simply cannot cover them all in this video. But then from the hook, basically you want to transition over into, either a value email. So you just give them like tips. As I said, for example, if you have the "What's in it for me" as the hook, the value email could be, this is the #1 tip, right? And then you go into the tip, and then you just talk about, okay, I did XYZ to get XYZ client with this tip. And I just wanted to share that with you so that you can do the same. Or if you want to have like a challenging belief, as I said, and hook people into the email by saying, you're doing everything wrong by doing IG DMs, then you can go into a storytelling email and be like, by the way, I also started with IG DMs, but I didn't get any client. And then I tried Upwork, and then XYZ happened to me, and then this happened to me, and now I got these clients and whatever. And basically like tell a whole story as the like content of your email. And then from there, go over into the call to action. So for the main body copy of the email, you can use different types of emails. As I said, I just showed you the value email and then the storytelling email. You can also use testimonial emails where you basically talk about results that other people got that will emphasize the reader on taking action. So a good testimonial here could be some of my students who just signed their first client through Upwork, tell the story about him, and then pitch to my call to action. And then when you go from the email main kind of body content to the call to action, it's like always important to have a really good transition, but most of the time my biggest tip is to use if sentences. So if and so. The way you can do that is pretty easy. So if you have a storytelling email and you say, I signed these and these clients, and then you can basically say, if you want to get the same results, simply click here to get my copywriting, to get my Upwork Domination Starter Kit program for 50% off, or to get it for a cheaper price or whatever. And then, as I said, you have the call to action, and after the call to action you just have the sign off. So not really that important, but the call to action is always important to have something that is benefit oriented. So never put something like, so click here to get the Upwork Domination Starter Kit. I mean, you can do that, but it's much better to always have something benefit focused. So more something like, then click here and get to the Upwork Domination Starter Kit to sign your first 3 high ticket copywriting clients ASAP. And then once you put all these things into your email, you will basically have a pretty solid email that first of all gives the reader value, that lets the reader also jump into the offer straight away by having a quick link at the beginning, but you also have a good call to action. And to put it into perspective and show you how I actually do that on a daily basis when I write for Ty Lopez and my other clients, I will break down an email that I wrote for Ty Lopez for his new 3 Trends book. So it's a book about building a personal brand, making money on social media. And I wrote a sales email for that, and I will break it down right now for you. All right, so here we are in the email. I'm sharing my screen, and I will simply break down my thought process behind writing the emails, and I will break down the whole email, why I wrote specific type of things, so that you can understand what to expect and what to do in a sales email, and just give you some ideas on some angles that you can use, and also specific copywriting rules, guidelines, and tips that you can use in your emails yourself. So first you will see we have the subject line up here, and the subject line is Kevin learned this money making skill for the next decades. The reason why I choose this subject line is because with Ty Lopez brands, or also with other big companies, actually with every business, you need to look out for compliance. So you cannot make big claims like, Kevin, you can make 10K per month, or something like, hey Kevin, here's how to make 10K per month. Sure, smaller businesses will get away with that. It's not a problem because they won't have people who will sue them or whatever. But if you write for like someone like Ty Lopez, who has like an email list of over 1 million people, and also most of his target audience are, you know, entrepreneurs and businessmen, you need to be careful what you're saying because you can get sued pretty easily. And especially in like countries like America, they really do that as well. So compliance is a huge issue, or like a huge thing that you always need to keep in mind. And so never you know, make any bold, you know, income claims. The other thing that is important though that we always look out for is 90% of the time we have personalized subject lines with the name inside, and even though everyone knows that you only know their name because they opted in and they filled it out and it's not like a personal email to them, people are still more sensitized towards like emails that actually have their name in the subject lines to open them, because it still feels a little bit more personal, right? And also we're building on one of the 39 decision triggers, which are the 39 cognitive biases inside of the human brain that lead to people making specific decisions. Ty Lopez talks about that in his program 39 Decisions, and one of them is, I don't know the exact name, but it is one bias that if I keep talking to you or writing to you with your name, then you basically connect my company or me in a much better or much positive like frame within your brain, and you're much more open to open the emails if you keep getting emails with, you know, your name in the subject line, and it's like always like Kevin, hey Kevin this, you would be much more appealed to open the email basically. And then also with Ty Lopez, you don't have one avatar that he's looking for. You rather have a lot of avatars within his target audience. So his audience is really broad, but mostly there are people who want to make money, and specifically want to make money online, start their own business, or maybe even already business owners who are already making you know, hundreds of thousands, you know, 6 figures, 7, 8 figures, you know, millions of dollars even, that are fans of him and that read his emails and also buy his programs. So it is not easy to hit a specific avatar, but you rather want to, you know, go broad for the whole target audience and still be as relatable to them as possible. And that's why the subject line talks about a money-making skill for the next decades. So it's definitely intriguing because people will think, what is the, you know, money-making skill for the next decades that, you know, will make me money for the next 10-20 years? Because Ty also often talks about trends, and so trends are something that changes, but, you know, if there's this is like a pattern interrupt, right? If you would all of the time talk about e-commerce, social media marketing, and all of these money-making trends, and then suddenly you talk about a money-making skill for the next decades, then that's kind of a pattern interrupt, and it's kind of more intriguing that way. So as you can see, subject lines honestly just come down to tailoring it to the specific target audience. So your target audience is the most important part with it. It's actually in all copywriting, so not only the subject lines, but what I'm trying to say is the subject lines need to be short, but they need to be intriguing, and so you really need to understand the mind of your customer or the mind of your target audience. That's the most important thing when writing the subject lines. All right, so let's get to the body copy. And basically it starts with, Kevin, there's one money-making skill you need to master if you want to create wealth within the next few years. And it's not investing, e-commerce, sales. It's capturing and monetizing attention on social media. That's why I wrote this book. More and more people are quitting traditional jobs and making millions of dollars through social media. Like Daniel Middleton, who worked as a full-time shelf stacker in a supermarket before starting his YouTube channel in 2012. Then we have like a picture of the actual guy, because then it gives like a more visually appealing picture of him. Today, Daniel has an estimated net worth of over $25 million. His secret? He took advantage of the attention economy early on and learned the skill of capturing and monetizing attention through social media. This is the most powerful money-making skill you can learn in the next years and even decades, Kevin. The number of social media users has tripled in the last 10 years. And then we put a statistic here basically to prove or to back up the claim that we just made. So it's not just something that we just, said on top of our head, but it's actually something that can be backed up by stats, so it's actually believable, right? We're justifying the claim. And the way things are going right now, it will keep growing for the next years and even decades. In my new book, The 3 Trends Creating Wealth Through Social Media, you can learn how to make money in the attention economy through social media. Inside the book, you'll learn Ty's 7 steps to 7 followers. This is the 7-step blueprint Tai Lopez used to make over $75 million and get over 7 million social media followers. 30-day brand makeover. Implement 5 key strategies that can double your online visibility within 30 days. Personal brand profit playbook. Unlock 10 innovative monetization methods that can potentially generate you $1,000 to $20,000 per month. The number 1 million view content kit. Master the art of content creation with 15 content templates that Tai Lopez has used to generate viral posts and videos. Tai Celebrity Circle Secrets. Get 20 networking tactics that help Tai connect with billionaires and celebrities like Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, Rihanna, Steve Ballmer, and others. Steve Ballmer. So if you want to create wealth in the attention economy and learn the skill of capturing and monetizing attention, click here to get my 3 Trends Creating Wealth Through ebook now. All right, we just went through the whole email. And now I will basically explain the whole thought process behind each line and behind everything that, I wrote there. So yeah, beginning is Kevin. You can say something like, hey, Kevin, yo, Kevin. For my emails, I like to write, yo, Kevin. I just like the yo. I just like it. This is really brand voice. With Tai, we always just go for the first name and that's it. It's just like Kevin. It's just like, and then it always depends on who you're writing for and what are his personal preferences. If you have a client and you write for them and you can choose by yourself, then you can, as I said, choose by yourself. You can literally say, hey, Kevin, what's up, Kevin? Anything that matches the brand voice, really. All right, second line is the hook. And I already talked about the hook before, but basically we have a line here that, basically goes back to the subject line. And it's just something really, really intriguing. So you can just do something that the reader might find really intriguing. And it's there's one money making skill you need to master if you want to create wealth in the next few years. This is basically something that people who are inside of this target audience will most likely want to read because they want to know what it is. And that's really the most important part with hooks. You always want to make them as intriguing as possible to your target audience. So a hook can be really anything as long as it's intriguing enough for your target audience to keep them reading. Then we go over into, challenging some of their beliefs and kind of making the idea unique, because we are saying it's not investing, e-commerce, and sales, because these are skills that a lot of, entrepreneurs or even people who don't have a lot of experience, like a lot of people associate those skills with real money making skills that you need to master to create wealth, right? Everyone talks about sales. Sales is important. Sales is a great skill. And then also investing and e-commerce, those are really, really good skills if you want to create wealth. Like if you're not just wanted to make like quick money, but it's like actually like creating wealth, increasing your net worth, being more powerful, making even more money and multiplying it. Those are actually 3 really, really good skills. And it's even better that those are really good skills, because now we tell people that it's not about those skills in particular that will help you create wealth, because those are actually really, really good skills, but it's actually a complete different one. So then people will be like, okay, but which one is it then, right? And then we bold the next sentence where we tell people what the skill is, which is it's capturing, monetizing attention on social media. And specifically this sentence, we want to keep it as vague as possible. So capturing, monetizing attention on social media, it's not that specific, and basically it will make the reader want to find out more on like, okay, but how do I do it and what does it exactly mean, right? It's not like shooting content and being able to talk in front of the camera and then uploading that on YouTube and gaining a lot of followers and making money with it. It's like it is kind of vague, and then so people will keep on reading because they want to see the explanation for it. And yeah, as I already said before, we have a kind of passive call to action right here, which is, that's why I wrote this book. It is simply just to make people who just want to go straight to the funnel, straight to the offer, to make them click there and to not get, stuck through so they don't have to scroll through the whole email. And now we go more deeper into, explaining the skill, and we also even come up with a story. So this is kind of like a storytelling email, where we tell people a story on how even people with normal full-time incomes become millionaires with this skill. So that is also really intriguing. And you also need to keep in mind that this is a really, really cheap book. So we're selling this book on our funnel for maybe $7. And so we don't pitch this to like millionaires, right, who want to become billionaires, but we rather sell it to everyday normal people who want to start making money through social media, who want to start making money online. And we show them that, hey, look, there are other people who worked full time and then they, started making millions of dollars, and they all did it just through this skill. And so yeah, more and more people are quitting traditional jobs, making millions of dollars through social media. This is something called FOMO. It's called fear of missing out. And it's basically everyone who is reading this and has a traditional job but wants to kind of be independent, make more money. They will have this fear of missing out, right? Once we tell them that so many people out there make millions of dollars and you are still there working your traditional job, that is like the passive comment of this sentence. We're not phrasing it like that, but we're phrasing it in a way where the reader might think that, right? And so now with this fear of missing out, the reader will continue reading, and we will tell them a story about Daniel Middleton, who worked as a full-time shelf stacker in a supermarket. There's a really, really common, normal, everyday supermarket job, right? It's not something where he was like a lawyer or something, and then he started his YouTube channel in 2012, which goes back to our idea of capturing and monetizing attention through social media. But now we are actually being more specific by saying he started making YouTube videos. And then, as I said, we show a picture to just make it like more real, and to just make the vibe a little bit better. People don't need to Google him now, they see his face and they keep reading. And then we tell people that now he has an estimated net worth of over $25 million, which is quite a lot considering that he worked at the supermarket before, right? And then of course people want to know, but what is his actual secret? And then we say his secret, he took advantage of the attention economy early on and learned the skill. So his secret, his catalyst of, we were talking about a dream state before, right? This is a dream state of our target audience. They want to make more money. So now we talk about the catalyst of the dream state, and the catalyst of the dream state also refers back to the whole email. So we're staying congruent, which is cool. We're staying congruent to the subject line, staying congruent to the hook. This is also something important. We're not having like mixed ideas. We only have one idea by telling people this is the skill to make money, right? So yeah, as I said, we point to the catalyst, which is the skill, and then we make it clear even one more time to say this is the most powerful money making skills in the next decades. And this here is basically we put the name of the reader right there to, if the reader was just like reading and not really paying attention, like the name takes them back into the, it's just, in some movies you will have a scene that's like really boring, and then you will have an action scene right there, and then it puts you back, right? You get your attention back to the movie, and that's what this name right here is supposed to do. It's like he reads this sentence, and it's like quite a powerful sentence because it's like the most powerful money making skill in the next 2 decades. And then even with the name, it will kind of like click, and then it will get his attention back to the email. And then we back our claims up, right? We say that the numbers of users has tripled in the last 10 years. So we actually show people that there are numbers to this, and the way that it's been growing, it will keep growing. That's also what we're saying here. And so that we are backing our statement up that it is the most efficient money making way, right? So to create wealth, to make money in the next few decades. So this kind of right here, you can call this a justification, which is always important. You always want to have justification. You not only want to have like a lot of claims in your emails and stuff, but rather you want to have some justifications, so that people aren't actually questioning whether you're right or not, but they believe you, and keep reading and then take action. And so now after the justification, logically, we want to point to our product that we want to sell them, because now we sold them on the idea. We justified our statements, so they are kind of sold on the idea. They believe us, they trust us now. And now we tell them how they can start learning it by showing them the book and having a benefit stack, which is always really important. Have a benefit stack of what people get, because a lot of people will ask themselves, well, okay, this is the book, but then what do I get in the book? And basically the benefit stack is supposed to tell people what it gets. But even more importantly for us marketers and copywriters, it's supposed to persuade people even more by, talking to the benefits and giving some of the dream state, right? Like, for example, $75 million and over 7 million social media followers. Always showing them how easy it is through the benefit stack. Like, for example, 5 key strategies that can get you like a dream state in a short time. And then here is another dream state, $1,000 to $20,000 per month. And then you always also have unique mechanisms, right? That's what the names are. So these names are unique mechanisms. For example, personal brand profit playbook, 1 million view content kit, stuff like that. Is just, it sounds unique, and so it sounds more appealing to the reader, and they want to, it makes them even more intrigued to buying it. And so yeah, after the benefit stack, pretty much as I showed you before, we have the so if sentence with our call to action. And the powerful thing with the so if sentence is that if also amplifies the benefit, right? So if you want to create wealth and learn the skill of capturing and monetizing attention, and then the consequences, you need to buy the book. So you don't need to make the actual call to action with the link too benefit heavy, right? You don't need to go into the benefit even more, because you have the benefit already in the if sentence, and then it already makes sense. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope this email breakdown and also the tips before helped you in writing better emails. And just try them out. Just write a sales email, maybe for a client, or maybe just to practice your copywriting skills. Just write a sample email for some random company. And try my tips that I just gave you, and I'm pretty sure that they will help you write better copy that converts, and give you some good ideas on what you can use. And yeah, if you like this video, click the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next one.